Hello everyone, welcome to Pabbly Connect. Today in this video, we are going to integrate two software applications, Equity Scheduling and ClickUp. So the use case here is, whenever a new appointment is created in Equity Scheduling, automatically create task in ClickUp. Now let us know what these two software applications are all about. So Equity Scheduling is a software application where you can schedule your appointments, meetings and events, whereas ClickUp is a project management tool. The issue here is that Equity Scheduling and ClickUp don't have any integration between them, and that is why we are going to use Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect is an integration software which will help you to transfer data from Equity Scheduling to ClickUp. The best part here is you don't require any knowledge of coding. So let me show you this on my screen.
Okay, so here I am at Google and now I will go to this URL section over here and I'm going to type pabbly.com. Okay, so this is the website of Pabbly and now I'm going to hover over this product section and I'm going to click on connect. Okay, so now I'm going to sign in. Okay, so now because I've already signed into my account, that is why I am here. You can also sign up for free in just 2 minutes. Here, I would like to mention one more thing. Pabbly Connect offers a free plan where this integration can be tried out absolutely free. You just have to clone the template of the workflow. The link for the same is available in the description below the video. Once you clone the template, you will immediately get access to this workflow in your account. Okay, so now I am going to scroll down and here at Connect, I am going to click on Access Now. Okay, so this is the dashboard of Pabbly Connect and you can see so many workflows that have already been created over here. So now I'm going to create a new workflow and I'm going to click on this button over here. So now I'm going to give a name to this workflow. So I'm going to name it as Equity Scheduling to ClickUp. Okay, so now I'm going to create it. Okay, so now here in Choose App, first I am going to choose Equity Scheduling. Okay, now in Trigger Event, according to our workflow, whenever a new appointment is created in Equity Scheduling, we want to create a task in ClickUp. That is why New Appointment in Equity Scheduling will be our trigger event over here. Now you can see we have various other trigger events available. You can select whichever trigger event you want according to your choice. And if you don't get the trigger event of your choice, you can contact our team at admin@pabbly.com and our team will help you. Now I'm going to click on New Appointment because this is our trigger event over here. Okay, so now you might have a question in your mind that what is this term called trigger event? Let me tell you that automations run on the concept of triggers and actions. It is all about when something happens, do this. For example, when a sale happens, send an email. In our case, when a new appointment is booked in Equity Scheduling, we want to create a task in ClickUp. That is why New Appointment in Equity Scheduling will be our trigger event, whereas New Task in ClickUp will be our action event. So now I'm going to click on Connect with Equity Scheduling. Okay, so now in Credentials, create new or select existing credentials. So here you have two options. Either you can create a new credential or you can just select any existing one, like this. So here I am going to select New Credentials, Connect with Equity Scheduling. Okay, so here it is asking us for the access. So I'm just going to allow it. Allow access. Here you have to put your login credentials. So now here you can see this webhook URL over here. So usually what happens is when you select the app and select the trigger event, what you do is you have to copy this webhook URL from here and you have to go and paste it inside the trigger software application. But here you don't have to do it because we have already built a connection because of the authorization. So now when you click on Save and Send Test Request, the webhook will be created automatically. The data will be sent to this URL without us going and pasting this URL in the trigger software manually. Now I'm going to click on Save and Send Test Request. Okay, so this API response is of the last appointment that was made in Equity Scheduling. So now I am going to click on Capture Webhook Response and we'll go in Equity Scheduling and we are going to create an appointment and then we'll check if Pabbly Connect captures the information or not. So I'll go to my Equity Scheduling. I've already opened Equity Scheduling over here. So now let us create an appointment. So I'm going to choose the date as 20th of January. Okay, let me create a new appointment. I'll choose an appointment time here, hardware. Okay, date and time, I'll just go back again. 18th. I'll choose the time as 2 p.m. Okay, client name, let me put here this one already. Darius15@gmail.com. Okay, everything is fine. Schedule appointment. I'll just cross check. Everything is fine. Okay, save. Okay, so we have successfully scheduled an appointment over here. You can see it is a 60-minute appointment, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. on January 18th. And you can see the email is here, number is here, time zone is here. Okay, I'll just close it. So we have successfully scheduled an appointment over here. Now let us go back to Pabbly Connect. Okay, so Pabbly Connect has already captured our data. You can see action, appointment schedule, ID is here, calendar ID is here, appointment type ID is here. I'll just save it. Okay, now here you can see we don't have the details of the appointment. So in order to get the details of appointment, I am going to add an action step over here. Equity scheduling. And in action event, I am going to choose get a single appointment by ID. I'm going to use the last credential that I used, this one, save. Okay, so here I have to map the appointment ID. So our appointment ID is this one, this ID. So I'll just map it. Okay, save and send test request. Okay, so you can see we have the details, Darius Moravec. Okay, phone number is here, email is here, date is here, time, end time, date created, the date and time of the appointment, everything is over here. Price is here, the type of the meeting is here. Okay, now I'm just going to save it. Okay, so here we have successfully finished our first step integration, that is integration of equity scheduling and Pabbly Connect. Now I'm going to begin with our second step integration where we are going to integrate ClickUp and Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to click on this plus button over here. Okay, so now here I am going to choose ClickUp. Now in action event, according to our workflow, whenever a new appointment is created in equity scheduling, we want to create a task. That is why create task will be our action event over here. You can see we have various other action events available. You can select whichever you want according to your choice. Connect with ClickUp. Create new or select existing credentials. Here again, if you want, you can let it be new credentials, or if you want, you can select any existing one. I'll let it be new credentials. Okay. Enter your API token. So the instruction is written over here. You can just follow them. So I'll go back to my ClickUp account. And here you can see the profile settings. So here I am going to click on apps. Okay, so here I have my API token. If you want, you can regenerate it. I'll just copy this one and I'll paste it. So now this API token is going to help us to build a connection between ClickUp and Pabbly Connect. Okay, so now here we have some empty fields and we have to fill the information according to our webhook response. First is workspace. So here if I go back to my ClickUp account, you can see Ashi's workspace. So I'm going to let it be Ashi's workspace itself, space. I'll go back. So here you can see I have 4 spaces over here, Pabbly, DLFG, Junk and space. You can select whichever space you want according to your choice. I'll let it be Pabbly. You can see I have the other options as well. Now folder name. Now under Pabbly, you can see I have these folders, integrations. So if you want, you can select any other folders as well. But here I only have one folder, so I'll let it be the same. List name. Now here you can see I have so many options for the list. If you want, you can also create a new list. So I'm going to add a new list over here. Okay, so I'll just rename it. Equity scheduling list. Okay, so I have created this list now. I'll go back to Pabbly Connect. I'll refresh this. Okay, so you can see equity scheduling list is over here. Okay. Okay, so the task name is going to be, I'll just map this one, appointment scheduled on. Now I'll put the date, January 18th. Okay, this will be my task name over here. Description. So now let us use the description. So I have all these details over here. Appointment scheduled on, I'll again put the date. And now here you can see you can use /n for the next line. If you want a description to come in separate lines, you can use this /n. So I'm going to use it. Now I'm going to write meeting details. Okay, so I have put these details over here. Now again /n. Now here we have the type of the meeting, so I'll just map it. Meeting for minutes. I'll also put the start time and end time. So /n meeting timings. Here I'll map the start time and end time. I'll put a hyphen. Okay. Okay, so I've created this description over here. Okay, now assignee, I'll choose Ashmita Soni. Tags. So I'm going to give a tag over here. Equity scheduling. Fine, this is my tag. Priority, I'll keep it as high. Due date and start date. So you can see it wants the date in timestamp format, and that too in milliseconds. So I am going to convert my date. So I'm going to add an action step over here. Okay, so here I am going to use date or time formatter. Format date only. Connect with date or time formatter. So here I am going to map the date. We have the date time. So this is the date time that we have got. So I'm going to map it here, and I'm going to convert it into timestamp format. Save and send test request. Okay, we have got the date, but the problem here is that this date is not in milliseconds. So we have to again convert this date. So I'm going to add an action step over here. And here I am going to use number formatter. Action event. Perform math operation. We are doing this step because we want to convert the time into milliseconds. So I'm just going to map the date that we have got. That is this one, comma 1000, because I want to multiply this date with 1000 so that we can get our date into milliseconds. So here multiply, save and send test request. Okay, we have got our date into a timestamp format, and we have also got it in millisecond format. Now I'll just save it. Okay, so now the issue here is that this date is only the start date, and if you go down you can see it also wants the due date. But if I go to my webhook response, here I don't have the due date. So what we are going to do is, because we know our meeting is only for 1 hour, that is 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. So what I'm going to do is I am going to add an action step over here, and I'm going to create a due date. So in order to create a due date, I'm going to add an action step over here. And here I am going to use date or time formatter. Action event, add or subtract time, because I am going to add 60 minutes to our start date. So date, let us map our start date. We have it here. This one. Okay, expression. So I'm going to add 60 minutes because our meeting is of 1 hour. To format, I am going to make it as timestamp. That is this one. From format. So our date is in the format of year, month and date. So I'm going to choose that one. Okay. Save and send test request. Okay, so we have got our due date, but you can see it is in the timestamp format, but it is not in the millisecond format. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to again use number formatter, and I'm going to multiply it with 1000. So again, action step, number formatter, action event, perform math operation, connect with number formatter. So here I'll map our due date, that is this one, comma, 1000, because we want it in the format of milliseconds. I'll multiply it, save and send test request. Okay, we have got our due date also in timestamp format and in millisecond format. Okay, so this is our due date, whereas if I go up, this is our start date. So now I'll just go down, and here in ClickUp, I'm again going to connect it so that our workflow gets refreshed. Okay, now I'll come down. So due date. So due date is our last API, that is API 6. Start date. Start date, let us search for our start date. So start date is this, that is API 4. So status, I'll let it be to do itself, save and send test request. Okay, now I'm going to save it. So we have successfully finished the integration of equity scheduling and ClickUp. So now I'll go back to my ClickUp. Okay, so you can see we have already created a task over here in equity scheduling list. I'll open it. Okay, so you can see appointment scheduled on January 18, 2021. You can see the details. Appointment scheduled on January 18, 2021. Meeting details is here. Phone is here. Email, price, hardware meeting for 60 minutes. Meeting timings is also here. And you can see the priority is here. The tag is here. Created time is here. Start date, due date, everything is over here. So we have successfully finished our integration and our integration is working fine. Now I'll just close this. So now I'm going to show you this process again with one more example so that you can understand how this integration takes place in real time. So I'll go back to my equity scheduling and I'm going to create one more appointment. New. So this time I'm going to create a software meeting. I'll go to January. Let me choose 25th as the date. Timing is 10:30. Client name. Okay. Schedule appointment. Save. Okay, so we have successfully created an appointment again for Gary Monroe. The date is January 25th, 2021. Timing is here, 60 minutes. It's a software meeting. Now let's go back to ClickUp and check if a new task is created there or not. So now I'll go back to ClickUp. You can see we have one more task added over here. I'll just open it. You can see appointment scheduled on January 25th, 2021. Appointment details are all over here. Priority is here. Tag is here. Created is here. Start date, due date, everything is over here. So we have successfully finished our integration. Now I'll go back to Pabbly Connect and I'm going to explain you what has happened in our example. I'll just minimize all these. Okay, so in our workflow, what we did was first we created new appointment in equity scheduling. Then because we didn't have all the information regarding the appointment, we got our appointment details using get a single appointment by ID method. After that, we had to format the date into timestamp format and then convert it into milliseconds using date or time formatter and number formatter. We had to do this step twice because first we edited the start date and then we edited the due date. After that, we created a task in ClickUp. So we have successfully finished our integration. Now every time a new appointment is created in equity scheduling, automatically a task will be created in ClickUp. So we have successfully finished the integration of equity scheduling and ClickUp using Pabbly Connect.
Not just these two software applications, but you can integrate any software application using Pabbly Connect. If you have any queries, you can contact us at admin@pabbly.com and our team will help you. For more, you can also visit our website at www.pabbly.com. Thank you.